I'm Pat Baer, and this is Pat Baer's Anime Club, my ongoing video series about the wonderful world of anime and anything somewhat related to that. It could be a deep dive into a subgenre, or a look at upcoming anime, or maybe sometimes it's Manga Club. We've had various episodes about some manga. We'll have another one coming up in the new year. So I waited for like a few months to do this video. I wanted the service to come out in the spring and to exist for a while before I took a look at it. But I did want to do this video in 2025 before it changes or updates too much or goes away, because who knows. But let's get into it. In this video, I want to talk about what is OceanVeil. You may have seen that OceanVeil is out and about. It's a new streaming service available in English, subtitled anime in English, and also dubs, and even a couple simuldubs. It came out early in 2025, I believe in April. Originally, it was going to be out even earlier. And I did a little research to find out more about OceanVeil, and then we'll also look at the website a little bit, what we can look at the website and talk about that. But that is what we're doing here today, is talking about OceanVeil, a new streaming service. So move over, Crunchyroll, say goodbye, High Dive. I mean, maybe say goodbye, High Dive, but not because of OceanVeil. Amazon Prime, Netflix, Pluto. There's a new Retro Crush. There's a new one, and it's OceanVeil. So what can I tell you about OceanVeil from my limited research? Again, 2025, it came out. This information, by the time you're watching this video in the future, after 2025, this information might be up to date. But this launched this year. It is a production of the Wave Corporation in Japan. That's Wave with 3 W's, which is why they're going for the ocean, like an ocean theme, because they're Wave. Wave does in-house manga and anime that is direct-to-consumer, so you are probably not going to see it on TV, but there might be a few things. Mostly of an adult nature, but not exclusively. A lot of BL and TL, like stuff aimed at a young adult, or, you know, people over the age of 18, obviously consulting adults, but that is maybe of a younger subject matter. And then also lots of BL stuff. And they make a lot of anime based on the manga that they produce, which is smart. And like I said, direct to consumer, this is their streaming platform. But they've also licensed some stuff with partnerships, some older anime, which we'll talk a bit about as we get into looking at some of the titles that are available. And then also some new stuff, like I said, so simulcast stuff, a couple things that are also going to be on television that maybe wouldn't have gotten a release otherwise on like Crunchyroll or High Dive. Occasionally some stuff like that does show up on High Dive. And even once in a while, there's some stuff that is like, there is the TV version and then there is the home video version. And then maybe the home video version never shows up in English, subtitled anywhere, easily available. This makes it easier. Right now, they charge $12.99 a month, and they do take credit cards and PayPal, and it's to the Wave Corporation. And I don't know if they will continue to do that. I have to imagine at some point that PayPal is going to go, wait, what is this? What can you just do? What can you pay for with a PayPal account? I imagine at some point there's going to be some backlash as more people know about OceanVeil. But right now, in November 2025, when I am publishing this video, it's cool, I guess. So I did get a subscription for a month. I'm going to cancel it because I'll say this. There are a few things on the service that are not adult in nature that I'm like, ooh, I might want to watch that again. It's been a while. I don't own that on Blu-ray or anything, so maybe I want to check that out. But there isn't a lot on the service that necessarily appeals to me, and maybe it does appeal to you. We will go through it. I'm going to look at the website in a moment. I will say one thing that they have dubs and they have subs, and those are separate uploads or separate video files. And also, the subtitles, as far as I can tell, there might be an exception to this, but as far as I can tell from my limited looking at different videos, and I tried a variety of videos, they're all hard baked in subtitles. So if you speak Japanese and you don't want to see English subtitles, you're out of luck. It seems like. There might be exceptions to that. I might be wrong. In the comments, you can let me know what you found in your thing, or if they've said something somewhere about how, no, if you do this, it'll work. But from what I could tell, you either have Japanese with English subtitles or you have English dub. And that's it. And it does not appear that you can get subtitles in the dub if you want like a closed caption. That does not appear to be the case, something that is available. Maybe that will be in the future. But yeah, I could understand if there are certain titles that you would want to watch without words showing up at the bottom. You don't get that. And I'm sorry? I don't know. Anyway. It's not going to be a clever transition, but let's transition to another screen and we'll take a look at a little bit more of what's going on the OceanVeil website, and then hopefully I don't get demonetized. All right, here is the OceanVeil website. I have it switched to safer work instead of not safer work, and so that means that some thumbnails won't appear, and there will be a few things that you still searchable, but you just can't click on it, or it'll ask you to switch over, which is good, and hopefully means I won't get demonetized for this video, but you never know. But yeah, this is right now is the scroll at the top that is showing you some of the things they have, both ecchi and not ecchi, and there's a wide variety of things, but oh yeah, and their tagline, dive into secrets. In the continue watching, if I had it turned to not safe for work, there would be a thumbnail of an episode of something that I clicked on that is not safe for work, but in this case it just shows the young adult series that I checked out, because I was like, oh, I don't know what this is. I'm going to check it out. There is some stuff on here that I'm excited about. Oh, like a Doomed Megalopolis. I'm probably not going to watch too much of it, but I do want to watch a Madhouse show I haven't seen before, so I guess I'll tune in for some of it that's coming out. Yeah, they've got their newly streaming episodes and stuff that's just recently added. They have a list of their simulcasts. This is stuff that's airing. And as mentioned, there is the subtitled and dubbed version that are uploaded as a separate file. You can see that more in the new editions. This is the show that is on television in Japan, and so it has the simulcast version, and then there is, if I believe, if I click on the NSFW, then it will show up that there is the unedited version as well, and that is a show about a guy who's a masseuse for the volleyball team or something. I don't know. It is on television in Japan. It made its way to AniChart as a listed thing. And I went, oh, that's on OceanVeil, of course. This might have been on High Dive before this, you know, or it could have ended up on Crunchyroll. They have had a few things, and then people went, hey, wait, what? And then, yeah, the newest editions, and you can see it once again. There is the dub and the sub versions of shows that have that. They are baked in, as I said, and you know, like I said, so we can click on some stuff. Oh, of course, there must-see new arrivals, and then coming soon, and it'll show you some of the things that are coming up and being added, which are, of course, of adult nature. There were some images there that might get me demonetized. Cool. But yeah, if we click on Starlight Scramble, we go to the website here. Right now, there is just one episode up, but there will be another one coming out. And then you can see the more details. This is a 2001 show that has its alternate title and a little bit about it. A dramatic sci-fi love story that captures the lives of hopeful trainee pilots with refreshing charm and delicate yet dynamic visuals. This is a show that I do not know anything about from 2001 that maybe just had a home release. Maybe it did come out somewhere. It could be a show that was lost to time and it's finally out, and it's one of those shows where it's just like, oh, you have to get you got to pay $13 or $12 a month to watch it. But you might wait until you find out that all of it is out there and then just get 1 month of the service, you know? Like I said, there are a few things that I'm going to check out on here. that I'm interested in seeing that I haven't seen for a while or haven't seen before. And we could go over the question, we can go over here and we could search by some BL and some young adult and some romance stuff and search by title. And then if I write in isekai, we get two things. There are two isekais, Moriarty's Perfect Crime, and the show that I didn't see because it wasn't available anywhere that I knew of, Isekai Onsen Paradise. That show got dubbed. That's the show of a guy who dies and reincarnates as an onsen. He's an outdoor hot tub in a hot spring. And then another show, Moriarty's Perfect Crime, which I've never heard of, which is apparently an isekai. Yeah, never heard of this. Don't know anything about it. The story unfolds with two Moriartys in a ruthless and tearless intellectual revenge drama. Two Moriartys. Oh, Moriarty reincarnates into a noblewoman who's also named Moriarty. Okay, so it's a revenge fantasy thing with Moriartys. Okay. I don't know what's going on up there. All right, sure. I've never heard of this isekai. I don't know anything about it, but it exists. It exists. Oh yeah, well, a bunch of stuff I don't like to see there. But yeah, those are things that are happening here. Dive is a show that I'm aware of. Dive. This is, I would say, maybe the one of the more well-known series that's on here. This is where Dive has started to end up. Like I said, it's coming out. That's kind of neat. Yeah, I haven't searched for anything, so it's just options. There are a bunch of tags. Under the same roof is a tag that you can search. Yakuza, sadist, historical, isekai. Let's see if I search for the tag isekai. If one shows up that isn't in there, go. Oh yeah, there are more isekais that don't have isekai in the title, but are genres that have shown up here. So there are other, and a BL looks like. The Titan's. I've heard of the Titan's Bride. Only the dub of it, apparently. I have heard of the Titan's Bride. So there are more that are in here. If you were looking for isekai, or Office Love, or dubbed, you can look for all the dubs. Of course, Yaoi is in here, of course. And yeah, I bet there's some stuff in here that is cool as heck that I have never heard of. But yeah, I do have an account. I did pay for a month of this. Like I said, hey, there was a show there. I have not seen this in a while. I might watch this show again. It's good. It has been a hot minute since I've seen it. So I would not be against watching it again. Because it's pretty gorgeous looking and cool. As of the time of this recording, November 2025, towards the end of November 2025, there is 5 episodes of it up, and the rest is slowly comping. So I don't know. I probably will check it out. I don't know if I will for sure. I mean, there's not a lot to say that I haven't said already. You can hide some stuff, and yeah, there's some things in here that are some stuff is in here. But yeah, you got the dub titles, you got the trending, so you know what is being watched by the masses. It does not appear that they have like any sort of chat or message boards or anything like that. So it doesn't feel like it's a 2000s website that thinks it needs all that. It really does feel like they, like, between the name and dive into secrets and all of that, it does feel like they're trying to make sure that you don't have to tell people what this site is. You know what I mean? Like I said, the fact that you can just get a month of it with PayPal feels like a thing where it's like, I wonder for how long. I wonder for how long that, like, that's going to work. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Because it's not like it's owned by a huge corporation or it's like the little corner section of another site. Like I said, there is stuff on here that is just like they're licensing because they're licensing a bunch of things. They make deals with people that bring out a bunch of anime, including some of that anime. So it's not just some of that anime. Also, yeah, all right, there's this thing. They did a bonus episode. They got voice actors to do like a commentary for one of the episodes of a show. And that's weird. Doom's Megalopolis, like I said, I don't think I'm going to watch a lot of it, but I'm going to watch a little bit of it because I haven't seen it before. And it's a Madhouse. Like Dive, yeah, pretty popular of a show. They got that. I might check the. You know what? You might find me doing another video on this particular website in November 2026. So check back with me in November 2026. Maybe I will have recorded another video about this particular website because it might be different by then. It might be a very different site. Do I think you should run out? Like, you should look for a list. Like, make an account without. You can't do a lot with just an account without paying, but make an account on here and look at some of the titles they have on offer and see if any of them are something that you are interested in checking out, because there might be some ecchi stuff that you remember, or there might be some other stuff on here that you've been like looking for over the years, and that might be enough for you. I don't know. I think I had a much better case for High Dive when I did a video on High Dive because or when I talked about High Dive, because they had a bunch of stuff that you weren't going to find other places, but also because they were they had a distribution of DVDs, they had a lot of OVAs that you otherwise wouldn't find on other services. And some of their exclusives were phenomenal. High Dive is now losing some of those exclusives or later seasons of some shows. So it's a different price point argument there. Yeah, I don't know. The last thing I'll say about OceanVeil is that it's out there and you can check it out if you want to. This is not my endorsement of it. I'm going to watch a few things and I'll let you know my thoughts. I might leave a comment. There might be a pinned comment in this video in the future with some of my thoughts on here. Probably not a separate video soon, but like I said, in a year I might come back and go, here are my thoughts 1 year later after final thoughts, or 1 year out of this existing. Like I might do a video in April on this particular website. I imagine at some point they will get a safer work exclusive that I will want to watch, and I will have to get this service again. I think that's where we're at. It's like, no, I don't need to do that. Oh yeah, I gotta subscribe, that kind of thing. Anyway, I'm going to transition myself, switch over to a wrap-up. Okay, let's do that right now. All right, and that was this episode of Pat Baer's Anime Club. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. Hopefully I don't get blocked everywhere, and hopefully I have avoided being demonetized, but you never know. I felt like this was important to talk about because it's a new streaming service. So thanks for watching the video. A reminder that you can always make a suggestion of things that you would like to see me cover in the future in the comments below. So let me know. I can tell you that I do have ideas for the rest of this month. The next video will be my end of the year awards, and I will spoil one of my anime award categories. I'm going to talk about the best reference in New Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt. So I'll talk about that because there is at least one incredible reference and then a bunch of other good ones. So I'll talk about that. And then the video after that will be my top 10 anime of 2025. It'll be towards the end of the year, and maybe every single episode of the fall season hasn't come out yet, but I'll be able to judge that and still put it together a top 10. And then the first video of 2026 will be my fall wrap-up / spring preview, which I'll record, or winter preview, I should say, which I'll record at the end of the month live on Twitch, and then it'll go out to everybody in the beginning of January. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. I hope you will tune in for future ones. Leave some ideas, because I will need to make new videos in 2026, of course. And thanks so much for watching this. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.